Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on, or actually this is a new one. I said update as I've done some other solar stocks in the past. This is a new one that I just found. Looks kind of interesting. As you follow my channel, I'm into quite a few different solar stocks here. This is ReneSola, and I was looking at something else and come across this one, and that caught my attention. But this is ReneSola, ticker SOL. Here's a look at what they've done over the last year. Like a lot of other stocks, kind of came down, so you can kind of see the potential in this one, the run-up that it could potentially have again. That's the point that I'm trying to make. But overall, it's down over 65% in the last year, down over 21%, almost 22%, and that's just kind of interesting right there. But that was quite a drop off in here as well. But down over the last 3 months, and the last month it's down over 1%. Here in the last week, it's actually in the green, 2.5%. And here's a look at today. If you don't know much about this one, it is a pure solar project developer and operator. The firm is focused on the solar power project development, construction management, and project financing services. Its projects include the following. This has been around since 2005. Not a whole lot of volume on this one at all. A lot of the solar ones I've talked about don't have a lot of volume for whatever reason, but that's besides the point. So 151,000, almost 152 on the volume, average of 721,000, market cap of 374.81 million, so relatively small. 52-week low of 453 and a high of 1756. And if we look at the earnings, the next earnings is coming up on March 24th. And maybe I caught it by one of these, I don't know, whatever stock I was looking at. I have talked about the Sunworks fuel cell, nano. I've talked about all these, but this is maybe how I found this one. But over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing this one as a strong buy. And the ratings on this one, the 1-year price target is awesome. So the way I'm looking at this one, not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger and buy some shares. Already missed this dip, but it's still low. But if you can get this out of it on a 1-year price target, and it's a strong buy, that's got to say something for it. Here's some more information in regards to, it's either Rene or ReneSola. I don't know, that's besides the point. The video's not about my pronunciation, but if you want to laugh in the comments, go for it. So it's not going to hurt my feelings. But here's some more information. The company possesses one of the solar wafer manufacturing plants in China. Just a lot of good information in there. So revenue of $73.5 million in 2020. Headquarters in Stamford. And so, like I said, as you follow my channel, I'm into quite a few different solar stocks here. So, volatility, I realize this one's old, but it does talk about the volatility. Reaches 6.95%, hold on tight. So this is a little bit older information, but just thought it was relevant to the video and the stock, so you can kind of see some of the talk about it and the volatility. Turning its 52-week performance, 2638 and 465 were the 52-week high and 52-week low. Market cap currently at 385 million, so relatively small company. I mean, that's good size, but in regards to other companies, it's relatively small. So, and this is showing their price and analyst predictions. Boiling and ready to burst as ReneSola Ltd. Last month performance was minus 5.44%. The way I look at these, it's summer's right around the corner, spring's almost here, so these have to, well, they don't have to, they should go up. At the end of the latest market close, was valued at $5.70, and it's currently at $5.49. So again, it's down a little bit. The stock kicked off the price of $5.70 while reaching a peak value of $5.71. They had a pretty dodgy run when it comes to the market performance. The one-year high price of the company stock is recorded at $6.72 on 1/5/22, and the lowest value, $4.65, was on 1/28. So quite a drop there in price for whatever reason. At that particular time would have been a good option betting on this one going down. So the full year performance, as we already went over, is, we'll just call it 65%. So there's room for this one to run. And here's just to contact the firm on some of these stocks. And as you can see, Sol is one of them. So I thought this was relevant to point out. Whether these companies have violated the federal SEC, and I run into this from time to time doing videos, you'll run into like lawsuits, things in regards to the SEC. It's really tight. You got to do everything. If you want to go dot the I's, cross the T's, that type of thing, all that has to be done. And because this is people's money, livelihood, and it's on the stock exchange, so any little thing that's off is going to be talked about. But we can go into the unless I missed it. Oh, here it talks about, so I did miss it. The investigation focuses on their statements about the purported development, construction, operation, and sales of solar power projects in Europe. More specifically, has repeatedly touted its increasing number of late-stage projects throughout Europe. So this goes back to December 2nd of 2021. It's been vastly misrepresenting its project development pipeline. On the news, stock fell 50 cents per share, or 7.62%, so that's probably maybe why the January dip. Like I said, I just found this one and need to research this one a little bit more, so just kind of getting some feedback on this one, see who out there has this one. Is the stock good for the long-term investing? I always say solar stocks are good long-term, but don't take my word for it. I'm just the person making the video. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. But they traded at $5.56, and as you can see, this is just on the 21st of this week. Made a downward movement of minus 2.46% on the previous day price. Looking at the stock, we see the previous close at $5.70. The 5Y monthly reads 2.37 with the day's price range of $5.49 to $5.71. So even if you wanted to trade this one, that's kind of in the price range. I used to trade Vivint Solar that I've talked about here on the channel, which was taken over by Sunrun, ticker RUN. I've talked about that one numerous times. So a $5-6 stock ran up to $50 and should have cashed out then, because I think it's about $20 now. But I'm still holding it, so I still have faith in the company. I'm still green on it. So company has a trailing 12-month PE ratio of 35.41 in terms of a 52-week price range. Sol has a high of $18.79 and low of $4.65. The company's stock has about minus 5.44% over the past 30 days. Again, the market cap, earnings per share, growth for the year raised at 18 cents for 2021 and 38 cents for the next year, so that's quite a difference. These figures represent minus 14.30% and 111.10% growth in EPS for the 2 years respectively. And here it talks about some analysts. We'll go over that towards the end of the video as usual. And this is just some over here on StockTwits, currently at 544 with a low of 465, high of $23.08. See if there's any relevant information in here to help us out. What's going on? We crashed. I was hoping to buy shares at 440 at the end of the month. So with this one, like I've said, sometimes I'll buy 5-10 shares. Just depends what you're willing to invest or lose, or however you want to look at it. Over here on MSN Money, currently showing it as a strong buy, and here on Tip Ranks, currently showing it as a strong buy with 128% upside to 1250, high of 15, low of 10. But like I said, some of these, when I find them, I'll try 5-10 shares and see how it works, and then I'll reevaluate it from there. So it just kind of depends. But just to kind of show you what I do here on a low of the day at 533, I might put in an order for that, or sometimes even below it. Might even try 530, because if it dips again, you might go below that. And as you can see, it's starting to go down. It could go back up, but that's just something that I do. Just look at the low of the day, and if it's something that you really want, you can put it in at this price. But if it's something you're just experimenting with, I'll go with the low of the day, sometimes lower, and see if it's filled. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So sometimes I'll put in 2 or 3 orders at 2 or 3 different prices and see what hits. Sometimes one, or sometimes they'll all hit. That's kind of what happened on some other stocks that I tried yesterday. But if you have this one or any other solar stocks or your favorite, you can list that in the comments, and what your thoughts are on this one. Like I said, I just came across it, wanted to do a video and get some feedback on it. So it's solar, so I'm totally into solar here on the channel. But if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. And thank you to all the new subscribers. And likes, comments, subscribing always helps out the channel. And I thank you for watching. Again, happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.